Welcome, I'm Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and we're here today because we have a full moon coming into Sagittarius on June the 9th, 2017 at 18 degrees, and the sun will be in Gemini. So it is a powerful, powerful full moon for us for many reasons. I think a lot of it has to do with all of the planets. There's so much activity up in the sky, and so many planets and stars are affected by this full moon that we are experiencing. So let's see what the cards are going to bring. But if we even look at 18 degrees, okay, if we look at 18 degrees, oh, look at that. We got the sun. The sun flew right out there. I was going to talk about the moon at 18 degrees. That's the moon card with the sun out here. So it's all about you, your dreams, your desires, your balance, your light, your energy, your goals, your dreams, your desires. Now, full moons are all about closure, endings, healing. It's preparing the way for the new. It's preparing the way for the new beginnings. It's clearing up old energy. It's understanding what is needed for the adventure, but what is not needed for the adventure as well. But this is really about the inner you. Yeah. The moon is all about dreaming and healing. And then the higher octave, of course, of 18 is 1 plus 8 is 9, and it's on June the 9th. And the 9th is the Hermit. And we have been being asked so much over the last week of not moving forward, but to sit back, to think, to process, to examine, to understand. And our first card is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords asks you to nurture your dreams, your desires, your passions. To not expect them immediately, to not push for them to be in existence immediately. When a mother has a child, she doesn't want that child to be full grown in a day, but to experience the journey of maturing, of growing up, of being able to teach invaluable lessons along the way, of strengthening, of nurturing. And yes, the mother, as they hold that newborn baby, will explain, and the father too, will explain to the infant all the possibilities of their life going forward, all the things that can be, all the ways in which they will help. So we need to look at our dreams as we would a mother or a parent, with that parental love, wanting to grow them, wanting them to be the best they can be, the strongest they can be, the most empowering they can be. So for that, we need to plan. For that, we need to be committed. For that, we need to love our dream, our passions, our desires unconditionally, and to expect the best. Oh, look at that, the sun came back out. So it's about you, it's about your balance, it's about your peace of mind, and it's about your light and your creation and what you're here to do and how you are going to go forward. How that new portal is going to appear to you. We have the Ten of Swords. We can't get away from this kind of energy, can we? The Ten of Swords, we can feel confused, we can feel restricted, we can feel like we can't go forward. The Emperor. The Emperor is one of the strongest diplomats and one of the strongest intuitives in the deck. So we have to use logic and intuition together. They can't be separated. We can't just solely go on logic, and we can't solely go on intuition. And that's truly the Gemini Sagittarius, okay? The Gemini is the here and now. It's the logic. And yes, Sag is the logic, but more of the philosopher of what can be, where we are being drawn, what looks like the adventure that we want to step into. And the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is definitely new beginnings. New passions, new dreams, new people coming into our life, new relationships, new friendships, new joys to be had, new journeys to be had. So let's stop there for a minute. We start with the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is really asking us to pay attention to the little details, as a mother would. Okay, we need to nurture our dreams, our desires, our passions. We have to understand where we are willing to give, what energy is holding us back, where we are limiting ourselves. That's a lot of the Ten of Swords as well in the middle here that we'll get to. This is being true to you, your dreams, your passions, to love them, to protect them, to grow them, to plan, to nurture. We have the Sun, which is just beautiful that we have the Sun, and the other side is the Emperor. So really this is us. This is our light. This is our destiny. This is our plan. This is our path. This is our purpose. This is our want, our dream, our desire. And it's how we want to express ourselves going forward. Express our passions. How we want to use our talents and abilities to go forward. And the new path that is being illuminated through this experience. So it's not so much that we are moving forward, and truly with Gemini and Sagittarius being the two signs where the Sun and the Moon are opposing each other, as every full moon. It's really connecting our logic and our intuition, which is the Emperor on the other side. So we are, the Emperor is the planner. The Emperor is also the one who makes sure that all the ducks are in a row. The Emperor is the one that makes sure that he's bringing in the right people with the right skill set to roll out that part of the plan, that part of the process. He looks for the support of others. He looks where there might be traps, hurdles. And he taps into his intuition, and intuition truly is a very diplomatic person, a person filled with wisdom. And if you've walked your path to this point, you do have wisdom. And it's attaching yourself to this wisdom. And it's asking yourself new questions about how you can go forward, how you can manifest, how you can become, and what is needed to be left behind, what is needed to have an ending or a closure in our life. So that we're not taking old energy into the new when the new moon arrives. An emperor can't focus on the prosperity of the kingdom if he's also fighting a battle, and every resource is going into funding that battle to make that battle successful. So we need to end the battle so that we can move forward into the new dreams, the new paths. In the middle here we have the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords says you are over the hardest part. You are over the hardest part of the learning, of the adventure so far. That you have picked up wisdom. Those swords are behind you as a protection. Now, here we have our eyes closed and we feel like we are trapped, that we can't go forward, that there's not a lot of clarity. So the clarity will come, but we need to open ourselves up to, I think it's a 7 universal day. June 9th, 2017 is a 6 plus a 9 plus 2017 is a 1. And that brings us to a 16, which is the Tower card actually, and the 7. Right? 6 plus 1 is 7, which is the Chariot. So it's where we are putting our focus on what needs to be removed, what needs to be torn away. Okay? Because we have the Tower energy in there. And sometimes we need to take things right down to the basics and strip things raw in order to understand how we can rebuild, and rebuild with a strength, with a confidence, with a fortitude. So it will be sustainable long term for ourselves. So we're not looking for the shortcuts right now. We're looking at the long term. We're getting into detail of what we really want and what we really don't want in our lives, and allowing the closure to happen in our lives, allowing ourselves to open our eyes, to start to allow the clarity to come in, to understand that we were never restricted or confined in any way, that we had put those limitations on ourselves or allowed a person or a situation or a group of people to put that limitation on us. This card says you can go forward now. You can go forward with the strength if you understand where you have been limiting yourself and seeking clarity and seeking understanding. Remember, Jupiter too. Jupiter is ruled by Sagittarius. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. And we have Saturn in there too. So Saturn's the dad, right? We have the mom here, but we also have Saturn saying it has to be done in a way that is purposeful, is right. We can't take the shortcuts with Saturn. Saturn says it's discipline, it's perseverance. It's giving up some things that we may not want to let go of in order to secure with Jupiter, and Jupiter's going a stationary direct, I think, on the 9th as well. Jupiter is saying it's time to move forward, but remember that Jupiter has been in retrograde, pulling us back. So the swing forward is going to pick up momentum, but it's slow at first. And so we want to slowly step into that energy of creating the new, of creating, manifesting the dreams, the possibilities of tomorrow. Because we have the Two of Cups here at the end telling us, proclaiming to us the new beginnings, the new starts, the new friendships, the new alliances, the new people in our life, situations in our life, the new adventure in our life is right around the corner. And that is what we are working towards. I think it's more of an internal, okay? With the 18, it's the moon, it's the dreaming. Pay attention to your dreams right now. Waking and sleeping. Journal them if you must, okay? Because they may come together and make more sense when you start writing things out. Let's get a couple of angels here to give us some guidance. You know, Jupiter is asking us, how do we want to expand our knowledge? Where do we need to expand our knowledge? Or what is the strongest way to go forward? And Saturn is allowing us to see the logical, the stability that we can build. And we have the Sag energy, which is adventure and learning and being optimistic. So it's a beautiful time to exert energy into meditation, into prayer, into alone time, into weighing things out, into listing the pros and cons of what to do and not to do, what to have and not to have. This is a time to become very aware of what is limiting you, what is holding you back. That's the Ten of Swords. And you can get that aha moment, you can get that realization because it sits between the Sun and the Emperor. You have the Nine of Gabriel. Stay determined and move forward. Be prepared for any possibility, environmental activism. So stay determined. Don't let go of your dream. Don't throw in the towel right now. This is a time to understand what is needed for the adventure forward. What is holding you back? What you need to release or let go. Be prepared for any possibility. You can have an aha moment that completely changes everything about your life. A realization, an epiphany. We have the Three of Ariel. Do what you love. A time for great personal growth in your career or artistic endeavors, working with others in a cooperative manner. So working together now, Jupiter being in Libra, it's all about working in harmony with other people, getting along, teamwork, allowing the harmony to come in. Do what you love, honoring your passions, your dreams. We started the reading with honoring your passions and your dreams, doing what you love, and nurturing that love, growing that love, deepening that love that you have for yourself and your dreams and your desires. We have the Ten of Ariel. There is so much to be grateful for: financial success and the promise of retirement, a rich and rewarding family life. So there's so very much to be grateful for. And sometimes, because we did have a little bit of that Tower energy mixed in there with the universal day, the Tower sometimes says to us that we have things that we don't really appreciate. We don't appreciate it till it's gone kind of attitude. So we need to take stock of what we truly have in our lives that we can build from. The Tower is the walls falling down and rebuilding that foundation so it's strong, so it's sustainable, so it's lasting, so it can move us to perhaps financial success, maybe move us towards a retirement, so to speak, in our life in one way or another. A rich and rewarding family life, of growing that love between family, close friends, associates, people in the community. Let's get a Journey of Love card out because it's all about the moon. So we could be allowing our perceptions to change about what we will allow in our life, what we won't allow in our life, in order to go forward. Remember, the Sag is the archer, and putting that arrow in that bow and pulling it back and setting it on the target. So we are preparing for a new journey. And we're not too worried, as long as we aim that arrow in the right direction, we can adjust as we go forward. We can tweak. So it's not so much that we had a bullseye, but that's what we're aiming for. The manifestation of peace of mind, of happiness, of joy, of living our purpose. And we have so much beautiful energy, and energy that's really going to make us look at both sides of the coin. Really make us look at the pros and cons of what we are thinking going forward. And Saturn is there, almost being like the judge and saying that will work, that won't work. Go back to the drawing table. You need to think things through a little bit more. You need to plan a little bit more. Coming together, 66. So 6 plus 6, well, that's, 6s are the nurturer. 66 is a 12, which is a 3, which is a divine energy. And it could very well be with the energy that we realize the people we need in our lives or the teams we need in our lives, whether it's in family or the neighborhood or the community. Maybe it's at work. Maybe it's our circle of friends. Coming together, let's read the poem. Oh, it's very small. Two energy patterns came together, a shared frequency in a field of possibilities, and there was a renaissance. You and another soul are coming into each other's worlds. It is a karmic destiny that is unfolding, an expression of a divine plan set in motion many lifetimes ago. That destiny may have a romantic purpose. It may have a sacredness. It may have a sacredness that is creative, tender, about learning self-esteem or courage. It may bring a gift of enduring friendship or loyalty, or be an expression of a passing flash of divine force that shakes your foundations and helps move you out of a situation which would have consumed your light with tediousness and playing small. The coming together is happening, however. Know it. Know it is of love. This oracle brings guidance. You are going to be moved by love, whether it's from the heart, sexual, a passion, a dream. Whether it is long-term or fast and furious, it is love and it has meaning. Let it be what it is, and do not try to force it into becoming what you think it must be. It has worth, as you do. Enjoy the experience and know it serves your growth. So, I love the fact that it says it's karmic destiny unfolding that was planned many lifetimes ago. Because this is really a step into a new path, a new adventure. And we can so easily do that by releasing or letting go some of the limitations we had. Maybe it was what somebody's told us. Maybe it's our own thought patterns. Maybe we lost a belief in ourselves once upon a time, and it's time to get that belief back. It's time to understand that you are unique and special, and love your passion, love your dream, love yourself, and get ready to go forward. Prepare to go forward, and don't be in a rush. I think it even says it here. To take time, to allow it to be what it is, to grow as it is. It may have a sacredness that is creative, tender. It may be about learning about your self-esteem. It may be about learning about your courage. So when the new moon comes around, you are ready to step into that new beginning. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.